as y'all are enjoying y'all wine and enjoying the venue, please enjoy the vibe, kick it, have a good time, but respect the mic when somebody's up here. Can we do it?
Yeah.
I stand in the time I know history will loudly echo. Suspended like escrow by generational curses and mental poverty, we won't let go, so I let the world know I'm a proud Negro.
All right.
Loud Negro. Can't help but stand out in a crowd Negro, yelling institutional racism is a tool. Divide and conquer the strategic monster, imperialism set loose. Too much influence for just 2% of the national wealth. That's evidence of a plan. But reparations is something you won't even ask for, let alone demand. Damn. No justice, no peace. I get pulled over feeling like they're hunting me. Why not? They murdered a 17-year-old in custody. Hell yeah, I'm annoyed. They suffocated that young brother 4 times longer than George Floyd. I scream his name, Cedric Lofton.
Yes.
It's not often I'm far from the thought. Haunted by the voices and ambitions of the murdered and lost, whispering blood was the cost in which your life was bought. Still searching for salvation and retribution while the system that murdered them grows greedier and scoffs in absolution. Lock my soul away in a cage built by the bones of lynched slaves. Set it ablaze so the phoenix can arise and engulf this whole phase in holy fire. Wade in the flame becomes the hymn, will emerge purified gems while our adversaries wither and expire. Understand, I am inspired to be a proud Negro.
All right.
Loud Negro. Can't help but stand out in the crowd Negro because our young brothers are still being sacrificed. Young sisters, minds exploited and bodies siphoned by misogynistic appetites. Mothers, more than ever unappreciated and overworked. Fathers, treated as irrelevant at home, still endure the social buck breaking of their worth. They're young, are treated as if they are the young, are stripped of their innocence before the time they can talk. The old are disregarded as if they didn't pave the path we walk. Schools train kids for social expectations. Hold your breath. That's why cocaine white kids get CEOs and misunderstood black kids get incarceration. My bad, y'all. A strong black woman, difficult. A strong black man, aggressive. That's why little black boys get kidnapped and little black girls are seen as weapons. I know. This time will echo longer than I will live. So I summon every drop of passion and purpose and love I have to give, pleading with you to come together. Let Ubuntu be the opening and Sanko for the closing of this letter. Written in the spirit of those lost, yet never forgotten. You know, those proud Negroes, loud Negroes. Couldn't help but stand out in the crowd Negroes that led them to be lynched, choked, raped, burned, families targeted, businesses exploited for what they earned, schools sabotaged, medicine toxic, mental health assassinated. It's not accidental, we almost lost it. This resiliency is frayed and raining. And I'm not asking for a handout, nor am I complaining. I am simply saying the decisions we make will ripple and become tidal waves for generations to come. So be proud, be loud, but most importantly, become one.
There was the March on Washington. 100 years later, we're still not free. Came to cash a check. The architects who wrote the Constitution Declaration of Independence gave us a promissory note that all men are created equal with life, liberty. Gave us a bad check. Came back marked insufficient funds. Well, I, for one, refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. You see, it is full of the riches of freedom, security of justice. Now is the time. Rude awakening if business as usual. When will you be satisfied? Never be satisfied as long as these injustices persist. Until justice rolls down like water and righteousness as a mighty stream. Hast thou not known, hast thou not heard that the Lord, the creator of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increases strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. How's everyone doing this evening? Now you see, I am not unmindful that some of you have come here from great trials and tribulations. Some of you fresh from narrow jail cells. Some of you have come from areas where your quest for freedom left you battered by the storms of persecution and staggered by the winds of police brutality. You see, you have been the victims of creative suffering. Continue to work with the faith that unearned suffering is redemptive. So go back to Mississippi. Go back to Alabama. Go back to South Carolina. Go back to Georgia. Go back to Louisiana. Go back to the slums and ghettos of our northern cities, knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friends, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and former slave owners will sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the injustice and the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with this vicious racist, with this governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that every valley will be exalted and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed and all flesh will see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. And this will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride from every mountainside. freedom reign. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom reign from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom reign from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom reign from the Highland Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom reign from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom reign from the curvaceous hillsides of California. But not only that, let freedom reign from Stone Mountain down in Georgia. Let freedom reign from Lookout Mountain in Tennessee. Let freedom reign from every hill and molehill in Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom reign. And when this happens, when we allow freedom reign, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every city and every state, we were able to speed up that day when all of God's children, white man, black man, Jews, Gentiles, Protestants, and Catholics, will be able to say in the great words of that old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I am free at last.
Come on now.
Thank you.
When I'm alone in my room, I don't sit and stare at the walls. I close myself from the world and form a strong brick wall. My mind opens up, I shut everyone out, feeling misplaced in a world that loves illusion, pollution, and doubt. Pondering what I can contribute to better our tomorrow. Heart sings a beautiful melody of sorrow. Tears, angels collect while I swallow. Inner light becomes dim, a sea of unconditional love I wish to swim. I give to people that mostly take. I breathe and feel as though I suffocate. Wander around in this mind, which I skillfully create. I am lost in this place. I feel the energy of the fake, like wolves, and they smile and sneer. They flash their fangs, I flash mine. A Leo lioness lives in here. Alone in my room is the only safe place. Replace what takers take, preserve my mind and forgive. My heart feels weak, instant inner peace listening to my heartbeat. I feel it in the air, weakness is begging to come in here. I stand tall, I'll never fall. I am made to last, surrender here right, I am appalled. I feel a new angels appear as I inhale a breeze of fresh air. The pain in my heart reminds me, remove the invisible states. No matter where I land my feet, I feel like fresh raw meat. Cannibals are lurking and pleading will offer me seasoning. My mind carries me away to a fantasy world, my favorite form of escape. Elated, I penetrate my mind even deeper in an attempt to elevate. I hear a comforting soft whisper in my ear. I look around and I find no one is near. I begin to feel fear. My heart flutters, I feel lightheaded, and I begin to shake. I pause my unfinished reality show tape. That beautiful, familiar voice begins to say, Saban, you cannot stop today. Your mission is mine. I give orders. Simply take them. Be obedient. Be patient. Allow me to lead the way. Thank you.
Major love to you guys. This piece is for you, okay? What you see before you is a person of flaws, who paints a picture to depicture a life that's so abstract, so obscure, just an odyssey you gotta see. But promise me you will not judge or hate. There's no need for a debate. What I say is a change of pace, but believe me when I say life itself is an art. It's subjective. But don't pick apart things because we are no counterparts. What I'm not looking to do is to be right, but understood. Don't get mistaken or misunderstood or misconstrued. This is just another prism that I'm shining through. Inspired by people before you to whom this may be concerning to, I'm simply thanking you. And I'm paying homage to all of you. Thank you. I'm warming up. Thank you. You guys want me to keep going? I need a hell yeah. Hell yeah. A little bit louder, a little bit. Hell yeah? Hell yeah. Okay, cool. I'm like shaking. This is like weird posture here. All right, cool. So this is about, the innocence of a child and being taken away from that. And this is called I Used to Smile Once. I used to smile once. You know, that authentic smile with no care in the world. The excitement you felt when you woke up from a field trip where you had your clothes neatly folded the night before. Or the excitement as a kid for a bearded man that doesn't exist on December 25th, and you couldn't help to stay up and wish you could just catch a glimpse. The feeling you had when you had your first kiss, that feeling fueled by slight nervousness, there you go. Just a feeling, nothing more, nothing less. But now I'm just numb and fueled by nothing left. The stress that I feel when I wake up, the pressures that left me blank. Anxiety-fueled shakes with the urge for a mental break. Life hands you a shit sandwich you've already ate, and I feel like that my mind's in a mental prison with no escape. I forever sought for just looking for another break. This soul-crushing 9-to-5 is a cancer for the creative mind. As I sit here and wonder why I spend my precious time on these mind-numbing transaction times, and I get slaughtered by tongues from the people who feel lesser kind. They're less because the way they express is just a reflection of their mess or stress of their life. But let's not get into that. In fact, let's just talk about the facts. People don't care. It's an unfortunate misconception. Their ego-fueled perception is only lead to further deception, but I digress it. I've never pressed it, but I just want to address it. I want to make it known that I've known before a friend becomes a foe. I can feel their energy shift. The ones that you uplift don't reciprocate shit. They turn into an instant quick, and it just makes me sick. Like, how can you do right in life and you just fall into this bottomless pit? You try to show others you love them with actions, and they don't return the same interaction, so you try to make it feel like a transaction, but their actions are acting like, you know what? Forget I said it. It's nothing. You ask me why my vibe is off a touch. Just know. I used to smile once. Thank you. Now this piece right here is a depiction of what life is in the limelight. So I've done a lot of shows, I've toured, people have asked me about what it's like. And so I figured I'd give you all just kind of an image of it. So this one's called Bright Lights. I've been surrounded by the bright lights. People always ask me for some insight of what life's like in the limelight. I keep it real and say, it's all right. But they act confused by my response, like, really? Really, bro? Is this all right? Yeah, bro, it's more than just the high times and only seems nice on the outside. You face the fake love that you intake. There's more hate when you get great, and all the funds are in stake. You sacrifice fun to make big plays, and you're feeling misplaced, or you get disgraced. Even people eating off your plate even question about your vision that's in place. But you keep going on this steady pace, and you just lose control while you're in the booth. With just that one line that's always tripping you, the stress of the music really breaking through, others with no substance are getting views, and you're touched by people's souls in every interview while your family questions if you're out of tune. See, I'm in a different place, I'm in a different altitude. And they think that I should be in a padded room. But I'm never going to change, it's embedded in my brain. Stopping's not in my range. With all the sacrifices that I've made, I know it's worth it at the end of the day. And one day I will know I'll make it out okay.
All right.
Thank you. How am I doing on time? Am I doing? All right, cool. So, this one is called Justice with the Asterisk, and I think you guys will catch the glimpse of it. So, you want me to keep going? I need a hell yeah one more time. A little bit louder. Hell yeah? Hell yeah! Thank you. Jesus Christ, sorry. I gotta feel like I'm in a concert, otherwise, you know. Is this justice? As I'm sitting in the courtroom, I'm nervous with my hands clenched, just awaiting my decision of fate with a judge that hasn't even seen my face. I felt anxiety rise each time the clock ticked, ticked, to try to ease my mind and look around the room. And to my right was this guy just talking shit about how this kid ain't mine and so he doesn't get a dime. And I just thought about it and it just makes me sick. But I'm here waiting for equal rights. I prioritize just wanting to be in my child's life. And I've always wondered why it's so hard for dads who just want to be more than paying the child's tab. Sorry, this hits hard. Who wants to see their kids grow, nothing more. To implore wisdom for the mistakes of your own. To just seem like justice ain't what it seems. The definition of justice just hasn't been shown to me. So is this justice? I'll remember this day and it'll forever change my life. It was when I saw injustice just in a different light. This man struggled while others stood aside, and I watched this man take his last breath and I felt this anger built inside. Why do we let this slide? People saw the same thing and brought up his past to justify the wrong that left him past, to justify taking one's life should never be by the wrongs that don't impact, and that's just the facts. If all lives matter, then why was he the outcast? And why were the others on this list, other victims not on this list? And let me guess, justice has its selected bits. See, life is bigger than that. Why try to overcast? The bigger problem is that racism still exists, and I wonder why we all can't truly coexist. That's the way we collectively can find peace. But don't just take it from me. Justice ain't what it seems, and the definition of justice just hasn't been shown equally. Alright, I'm going to turn off the phone real quick. I'm going to show you guys my hip-hop side, so I really need a real loud hell yeah real quick. Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah! Alright, cool. This song's called Monumental Mental, and obviously there's no beat, so pay attention. My monumental mind makes minds mental. Makes ever so severe seem sentimental. So quirky, quite quintessential. Cue distress and that's detrimental. Illuminated, alliterated allegories that are influential with the style that is so impeccable. So indispensable, yet so damn incredible. Yet so despicable. Like how is he so damn lyrical? Maybe it's at a young age where kids thought I was strange and deranged. With life caught up in a maze, I'm so amazed that I came out okay. But leave it as it may, I've never been the same. Ever since I became a factor in this rap game, many things have changed. While I stay and focus what I made, never severed what I thought was the way. Rather it was right, or it was flight, or dismay. That's my monumental mental.
Adoration, collaboration. I want my adoration for you to turn into a collaboration with you. Let's make music. You don't like to sing, but you do. I hear you in the car when the radio is on. You sing tunes like everyone's your favorite song. You don't like to sing in public. But I'm cool with making music behind closed doors because we all know the best records are made in soundproof booths. And I'm talking all this, but I'll never have the courage to come up to you. I'll never be brave enough to tell you the truth, so I just write it down. Like a freestyling rapper preparing for the next round, I say it in my head and I bob to the beat, close my eyes, wishing it was that of your heart. Like a prodigy of art, I envision a masterpiece set apart from all that came before it. Like a museum of historic artifacts, my mind displays each and every one of your beautiful traits. And I fall deeper into a place I have no business being, but no desire to leave. You make my heart heave out all the mushy, gushy shit I hate. But the worst part is I keep it to myself. Yeah, we all know that silence is lethal, but I don't want my expression of this emotion to be the needle that injects our friendship with poison. I'd rather remain where I am right now forever, and you never know how I feel than to lose what I've got going for me. You haven't a clue the things you do to flip my world upside down and turn my mind inside out. It's the little things. I mean, look at you. I look at you where I stare. But I wouldn't dare say a word. Just look to my left or my right or wherever you may be, hoping just maybe our eyes may meet. Deep brown eyes, brown, cause, size. I'll never get to try you on for size. It's just not the right purchase, and I know it. The price tag is too high, and the sale's not good enough for you. You are the perfect article of clothing. Shit, you the whole damn outfit, and I would throw a fit if I found out someone else copped it. Being around you makes me lose my confidence. I get shy and can't find my confidence, so I don't speak. I listen. And you are my ideal melody. You are smooth and so sweet. Gentle, yet so rhythmic, I'm vibing like I'm listening to reggae and I'm high than a kite, but I don't need no pipe. I get high with every word you utter to me. My hallucinations are fantasies of what could be when I get the munchies. I feed off of your spirit. You're so alive, the sickest fucking beat, but your words are not to be ignored because your lyrics are deep. Touch my soul. So melodic you are. And all you're missing is a harmony. And baby, that's me. Since your song is good enough that no one would ever risk tampering, you may never know that the perfect harmony to complement your flawless melody is me. Adoration, collaboration. I want my adoration for you to turn into a collaboration with you. Will we ever make music?
Believe me, we can hear you.
She's loud. Turn her down. Yeah. So that's my love poem for the night. No more mushy gushy. All right. That first poem is entitled "Music." You know, loving a friend, and then I can't really say anything about it, right? Thank y'all for being here. Thanks for sharing the space. Can we please give it up for Simply Sangria? I think community is so important. I think it's important for us to gather together. We've learned, right, in the recent past that it hurts to not be able to be around people, right? Something that's really important to me too, specifically, Black community. I think Black people are beautiful and strong and powerful, and nothing makes us more strong or powerful than when we are together in community, in unity with one another.
Say that.
With that
Can't
said,
hear you.
Can't hear me? We're strong, we're beautiful, we powerful.
Come on, man.
Don't nothing make us more strong, beautiful, and powerful than when we together, all right? With that said, I'm going to go into my next piece, and this piece is entitled Out of House and Home. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. We are all visitors here. Never mind who opens the door when you appear. Never mind the hospitality or lack thereof. This ain't home. Do not complain about your lack of comfort and don't become what you see. This ain't Rome. You've lost your way, roamed so far out of bounds, and now you've concerned yourselves with whether or not the white man has you bound. Have you forgotten the covenant to which you are bound? Have you forgotten that you are heaven bound? Everyone concerns themselves with the question of where is God? But hasn't taken the time to look around.
Well,
look into the pain disguised as eyes of the brother by your side. See the sorrow in the spirit of the sister sitting next to you. If you don't see God in them, you don't recognize fiery passion or wrath or jealousy and pain, and you won't escape slave owners without one. I'm sorry, but master can't kill you dead if you insist upon having a heartbeat. Rise up. Whoever told you you were owed a mother? Rise up. whoever was indebted to you for a home, you got work to do, child. And I know you feel like a motherless child, but why ain't a father enough? And I know you feel a long way from home, but how you gonna act like vacations are tough? This is temporary stuff. So prison or palace, you gonna be okay, and you don't get to give up. You pave a way if it don't already exist. I know you feel like a motherless child. But you sing like caged birds ever got free on their own before. And I know you feel a long way from home. When you speak on homes like they are just four walls, a roof, and a floor, you fool. Take solace in the hearts around you. Be lit by the fire of the hearths that surround you. Allow the stovetops of your brothers and sisters to nurture you. You dictate your own time like you've allowed clocks to. Do not let this world make an icebox of you. Have the hearts of mothers for each other. And together, you build your own home until we get there.
Come on.
That's the title out of house and home. I won't beat a dead horse, but yes, community is important, love is important. I'm just gonna go on to the next thing. So this one, I'm gonna not make eye contact with Victor. I love a good platform and I love a good opportunity to share something new or do something new. And this is a poetry showcase. I understand that. I'm gonna try out a little comedy though. Okay? Y'all gonna work with me if I try a little comedy? Yeah. I need your help. All right. It's awkward enough I'm doing comedy at a poetry show, right? That's a little awkward. But if I say something, right, and it's like a question, and then you can answer the question, do it. Like out loud, right? So it's a response. Right? Can we do that? Can we help me out? Yeah? All right, here we go. Pete and Repeat were sitting on a boat. Pete fell off. Who was left? Repeat. Pete and Repeat were sitting on the boat. Pete fell off. Who was left? Pete and Repeat were sitting on the boat. Pete fell off. Who was left? Ain't it funny? That's what history tends to do. It just keeps repeating itself.
Who's there?
Knock, knock. Broken pencil.
Broken pencil.
Never mind. It's pointless. Ain't it funny? But that's the perception that a broken people face, to be ignored, shamed, and placed away. Why didn't the toilet paper cross the road?
Why?
Because it got stuck in a crack. This world is headed downhill, and I think somewhere along the way it got stuck in someone's asshole because this shit stinks. Why did the bicycle fall over? Why? Because it was too tired. I'm too tired to keep standing up here telling this same joke. Yes, it's all just one joke. Poem entitled This World. It's a fucking joke. Ain't it funny how history just keeps tending to repeat itself? Ain't it hilarious that the reception that a broken people face to be shamed, ignored, placed away? This world is headed downhill, and I think somewhere along the way it got stuck in somebody's asshole because this shit stinks. I'm too tired to keep standing up here telling this same joke. Punchline, this world. Ain't it funny?
Come on.
That's it. That's the I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge things that are happening in our country right now, how women are affected, and you know, I already said the community is important. I think black community is important. But I think that intersectionality is very real, and black women, man, we got it tough out here. And not to say that this fight is only for black women, and we all have to stand together. So this next piece, it's a 1-minute piece, so I'm almost out here. It's a 1-minute piece, but it's just crazy. So in that joke poem that you just heard, I talked about history tending to repeat itself, right? And poetry's great because it lives on and it lives on and it's relevant always. But it's a shame that the context that we use lives on, right? Because it constantly repeats itself. And this poem that I'm about to do, it's a 1-minute poem that I use for Women of the World Poetry Slam. They give you like certain times that you have to meet. So it's super short, but that was years ago and it's still so relevant and it's upsetting. And then I repeated this poem. I used the first part, but I needed it to be longer, so I wrote it about, do you all remember whenever I was saying like Oprah 2020 and stuff like that? Does anybody remember that? Was that a thing here? Whenever I was saying that, they wanted Oprah? Yeah. Okay, be crazy. Okay, didn't happen? But people were saying that. People were saying Oprah 2020, and it's just, it's so America to shit on black women and then expect them to be the cleanup crew, right? And so that was what that poem was. And I've done like 3 or 4 iterations of this poem. I'm just gonna do the 1-minute version, but this is just a shout out to women, and I want us to be acknowledged, and I want people to recognize that they need to do us better, right? Here we go. I need your help though. Again, I know I'm needy. Does anybody know who Beyonce is? Yeah, she has a song, and it's like, "Who Run the World?" Y'all know that? Okay, so then help me, cause all right. Okay. Who run the world? Girls. Who run the world? Girls. Who run this mother? Girls. Who the fuck told you that? This world don't care about you. It is written on paychecks as a woman's 80 cents to every man's dollar. It is vocalized by our homeboys on the block who are constantly trying to holler. It is cemented into the minds of our boys who by the time they become men forget where they came from. We don't run no world. We run away from abusive relationships. We exhaust ourselves as we run on this treadmill marathon that takes us nowhere, but rather than running together, we run away from each other, straight into the gutter. Tell me, Beyonce, when we are gone, who will sing ours? That's how you know we don't run no world. They just run in us. Ours. Have a great rest of your night.
You stoop so low, blow after blow. You can't take the fact that it don't work no more. 'Cause I know you know it's bullshit. This is useless. Don't play clueless. And you may call me pretentious, but we both know that the truth is that it just don't work. 'Cause it just don't serve me. You're just another mistake I'll leave unmade. And I won't even take you there, 'cause that just wouldn't be fair. 'Cause you're just another 'cause I know you know it's
Thank you. This next one is called Stuck.
I told myself no, but everywhere I go, you always seem to show. Always on some boat, dip straight I know it, and I should leave you be. Yet I find myself where you are, outside of dingy bars. Yeah, I find myself where you are, and if not, I sure ain't far. I told myself go, 'cause ain't a piece of you that I don't know. You ain't one with words, there ain't shit you can say. I should leave, baby, I should leave you be. Yet I find myself where you are, in the backseat of your car. Yeah, I find myself where you are, and if not, I should rate hard. I should rain, I told myself no. I told myself no. I told myself no. But everywhere I go, you always seem to show. Everywhere I go, you always seem to show. Everywhere I go, you always seem to show. Everywhere I go, you always.
Do I have time for more of mine?
Y'all want to hear one more?
This is another original. Surprise. This one is called Intriguing. Oh, and I have to mention this because Parasham will yell at me. But if you want to find me, I'm secretly old, so I'm still on Facebook. But if you go on facebook.com/BreeMcBrideMusic, you'll find me. Some cover videos, some fun stuff. But this next one's called Intriguing. Woo! She's proud of me. She's like a proud mom.
She and trees and trees me with something I ain't never seen her, but yet seems so familiar. Voice so sweet, so serene, something I ain't never seen her, but yet seems so familiar. 'Cause face to face you captivate with something so strong, something so. Cause she and Dre and trains me, oh, with something I've never seen her before, but yet seems so familiar. Voice so sweet, so serene, something I've never seen or heard before, but yet seems so familiar. 'Cause face to face you captivate, face to face, face to face you captivate. You are something so strong, you are something so intriguing, baby, you intrigue me with something I never, something I never, something I ain't never seen or heard before. Thank you, everybody.
But without too much, I'll just go into it. This first piece is called Reflection. She sits at the table drowning in thoughts in her head, looking for comfort in a bottle of wine because worries and fears have overtaken her bed. The abuse that she suffered when she was younger made her feel used when she continued to get old. When it came to life, she once felt hunger. Now simply getting out of bed makes her feel bold. Her little girl fantasy became a tragedy, because the tragedy was imagining what life would be without the romantasy of a wedding ring. So she tried 3 times with 3 guys, while 3 lies made her realize that her fear lies in the past. Her future is gone, left unwanted like an abandoned building that once housed her dreams. It seems. She'll give all she has to protect who she was, while who she is only an outline of who she fears she'll never become. Sometimes she'll close all the curtains and say it's to block out the sun. But it's really because she's still standing still and finds it surreal that even though she's going nowhere, another day has just begun. She injects numbness to her brain through cheap alcohol. so she doesn't have to recall her pitfalls and failures. Her close friends she has tailored to enable her unstable mental state. She sees her lot in life as a hateful and wasteful fate. She is mother to a son whose very existence makes it painful for her to look him in the eyes, and a daughter whose wonders are limitless as she continues to reach towards the sky, constantly tries to live through one as she struggles to live with the other. Knowing all she has is this life and the role of being called mother, she shudders, lying on the couch covered in blankets because the cold in her soul won't leave her alone. The fact that she's reeling gives faith to the reasoning is her faith that she's outgrown. Lost without want to be found, she remains fearful to fly if it means leaving solid ground. Like a candy-coated sucker for the emotional masochist, all the stories about those who love her have a pure and tragic twist. She listens to Fleetwood Mac to make her brain go back to days filled with laughter. She's not afraid to cause a storm as long as the rain washes her sins after. No matter how bad it gets or how bad it got, she'll always choose living instead. Because she's found a way to lock away feelings whenever dealing with things in her head. The lines in her arms lie skin deep, and a mother is what name she's called the most. She knows that in this life she's not living. Hell, she's not even close. But she'll keep waking up and she'll keep going to bed and she'll keep trying to smile every day. Because she has to, because she needs to, because those demons aren't going away. She'll get up and she'll get up and she'll go down and she'll get down, but she'll never, ever give in. Because she's finally found a way to lock away feeling whenever dealing with things in her head. Days will come and days will go, and a mother she may always be. I, as her son, know she'll never be free. Thank you. This is called Letter I'll Never Send. You and I have never met. In 34 years, it isn't something you've gotten around to. So without much further ado, I dedicate the next 3.5 minutes to you. You see, firstly, I want to thank you. You're the reason my skin has this pigment that changes when it lacks hydration. You're the reason the looks I get from white folks are not a figment of my imagination. So thank you for forcing me to realize convenience store clerks and cops should be given the same level of trust. That some people wouldn't trust me and it was me that would need to adjust. Thank you for making me learn about code switching way before I learned about cheat codes for my Switch. For the reason of no matter how tan my skin got, I'd always be seen as a criminal or a snitch. But more than all of that, you and I have never met. In 34 years, it isn't something you've gotten around to. And for that, I thank you. Thank you for leaving a broken woman in charge of teaching me what it is to be a man. I learned it all, but let's be honest, there's still some shit I don't understand. We're supposed to talk, but be sensitive. Open up, but always listen. Know everything about cars and always get the big piece of chicken. Never raise our hands to a woman in aggression or defense. And of course the woman keeps the kid and the dad pays. I mean, isn't that just common sense? You made the informed decision that a suicidal alcoholic narcissist was a better fit for anything I needed to know. You could have just named me Sue and watched the shit show. I used to question what it is to be a man and what it takes to be a man and what makes a man on a daily. Only to realize now it was a punk, not a man, who made me. You see, you and I have never met. In 34 years, it isn't something you've gotten around to. And I may still not know shit about cars, but my wit is quicker than any Super or Civic. While being raised by women made me privy to their formulas, to where the level I can break them down is damn near scientific. I know loyalty and trust are only unbreakable when they are earned and repeatedly tested. And the way to make a relationship work is to remain invested. So thank you for playing the part of every negative black man stereotype and providing half of my genetic makeup so I can prove that those stereotypes are not always right. Thank you for staying out of my life, my lane, and my way, for making sure I had this chance. If I had this chance, I would always have something to say. You see, you and I have never met. In 34 years, it isn't something you've gotten around to. But I get it. I'd be heartbroken to see a better version of you. And just an updated version of me. I don't know everything about being a man yet, and I doubt that I ever will. But I know more about it now than you did, and I'm learning still. So I want to thank you one last time in this letter I'll never send. And hopefully these 3.5 minutes spent on you are the last I'll ever spend. This last piece, before I get up out of here and let the show go on, it's called Sermon.
What?
Sermon.
Sermon.
Preacher.
Sermon.
Brothers.
Sermon.
Sisters. Nathan. Are you blessed? Have the struggles of your life led you to deny the gifts you've been given? Have the trials and tribulations, mistakes and frustrations led you down and around a road to hating life and its music? If so, I get it. I mean, nobody looks at me and how I look and act and says, I bet he's been through it. So they are already deciding to dissect me without deciphering truth. But you see, I got the best of the 3 things every man needs to stay pushing. A good job, a great dog, and an amazing woman. But that's because I called Karma up. Told her how dirty she'd been working me, and I had the receipts to prove it. Everything I needed, I earned it. And this time her check can't bounce. Because I've learned some things. I know strength. Strength of a woman not even my age. That no matter how bad the story gets, there's always hope on the next page. My sister showed me that stereotypes are like rules meant to be broken. And that the biggest boss in a family can often be the most soft-spoken. And I know wisdom. Wisdom of men almost 3 times my age is time-tested and fragile. My grandpa showed me the body can get weathered and broken, but the mind must stay agile. You should always think before you speak, and only speak if you think you might be heard, because the only thing worse than wasted time is wasted words.
Come on now.
But no matter how battle-tested my heart is, no matter how much further than skin deep these stars creep, it doesn't matter. Because regardless, I'm still regarded as the ugly, pudgy poet with an ego, who vomit rants and usually is found with holes in his shirt or mustard stains on his pants. You can't rap, you can barely rhyme, and if you didn't need something from him, you probably wouldn't give him the time. But that's fine. I can survive without you. Scroll back up to line 13 to see you've already seen everything I need to know about you. To doubt you will ever really care about me. So go on with your perceptions and leave me in peace. Aside from the peace of mind I freely give you in this next line, because like you, nobody looks at me and how I look and act and says, I bet he's been through it. But I'm used to it. I cashed Karma's check and all that money shit, I burned through it. I bought everything life had in store for me. So let's recap. I have the best of the 3 things most men need to keep pushing. Unbothered by snobs, cogs, and roadmen. Whether I've been through it or not is no longer the question, because how I turned out goes beyond anyone's inspection. Of that, let's just agree, because I guarantee every molecule and fragment, bad decision or good break, that put together this Quasimodo-looking mess is blessed. With a good job, a great dog, and an amazing woman. So I thank you for coming to my sermon.
This poem is a newer poem I actually wrote it in response to another poet's poem. But it's called A Her Type Love. I want an all day, all night type love. And I don't care if it's wrong, fucking you feels too right type love. Or protect my back and attack when I'm blind type love. Not that, baby, why you always gotta fight type love? I want that if I'm throwing uppercuts, she throwing straight rights type of love. Play fighting leads to lip biting and eventually hip riding type love. A fuck first sight, I fell at first right type love. A Flavor Flav on stage hype type love. Or without you, I don't sleep right type love. I want to share our sweet dreams like Reese's Cups type love. I never call you too much because I can't get enough type love. Standing in a full house, I'll poke her until she's flush and dare to call my bluff type love. I go from beating it up, biting pillows, not to cuss, to the most sensitive touch type love. Hold me up when I'm injured like a crush type love, because I'll do the same for you in a rush type love still. Be still, because I want a patient type love. Or be your number one fan, no hating type love. I never complaining or get tired of waiting type love, because even our idle time is creation type love. That's a sacred type love, or we'll make it type love. Or call me when you're pissed off, pacing type love. I can't help but embrace it, but still want to pace it type love. I want a manna from heaven to ease my hunger type love. Oh baby, I'm coming. No, stay in me longer type love. Now I'm stroking stronger type love. I want if you can't stand the heat, leave the kitchen type love. Baby, did you write me ass in my cupcake? I ain't even tripping type love. I'm being silly type love, kidding type love, fuck with my food, you might catch a wet willy type love. Childish type love. Flying notes like paper planes with messages written on the wings like the butterflies that's got me smiling type love. You hang up. Baby, you hang up. Shy, you hang up. Type love. A lingerie and long games as you walk out type love. A no reply when I ask, baby, you sleep? But now booty is poked out type love. I never stall type love. I never find another like mine, Lou Ross type love. A bitch, who told you to wear drawers type love? I want it all type love. A tequila to complete the sunrise every morning in my sight type love. A light type love, cause she is light type love. And love is the only thing I seem to write type love. And every time I think I'm done, my pen's like sight type love. Not quite type love. How did this cup get dark? You know I was drinking light type love. Twisted, but still down for the ride type love. Punch drunk, stumbling through a dark night, delirious type love. Living takes a lifetime, surrounded by jokers, so why are you so serious type love? I want to always by your side type love. Don't hold me down, baby, we're meant to fly type love. New atmospheres appear every time we're near, so don't confine our flying to the sky type love. Hard to miss like fist-sized star type love. Repetitive Johnny Gill, my type love. Right. I want to support like bras for double G titties type love. Our last spot before I leave, first spot I hit when I get to the city type love. I want to know your value and demand your worth type love. I'll be all you deserve type love. And I'll be the sun if you be the earth type love. And if so, history will speak of what we birth type love. A healing of the hurt type love. A consistent no spurts type love. The easiest way to say what it was, y'all, I need a hurt type love.
You've ever heard was written for someone else, yet you still feel that you can relate. And when you're down, every sad song somehow is about you. I remember sitting in the backseat of my parents' car, rain pattering away on the windows, while they played this pop-punk CD I begged for them to buy for me. It was perfect. And in that moment, in that spark of my own imagination, it was like a video crew was following our Ford excursion. I was the main character in their music video, and that's where my writer's spark began. And as I grew older, life kicked my ass and fanned that spark into a hellish blaze. And it burned away all innocence until I was just a smoldering ember. And all I could do was grow. Between a piece of shit father and a tortured mother, they were supposed to turn me to stone, but that writer's decision to not allow myself to be a part of your world saved me. My art fucking saved me. And there's a major difference, unfortunately, between the starving artist and the well-fed. But it's not a difference of finances and dividends, but an understanding and validation. And as you'll come to find, a lot of my pieces talk about the dark, depressing topics. But if it's too much for you, then it's just not fucking for you. Because I want to be a voice for the voiceless. I want to be a hope for the hopeless. I want to be a beacon of light for everyone who's trying to push through the battles that I fought. Call it ego. Call it a false sense of self. I simply don't care. There was a woman who came up to me and hugged me. A stranger cried in my arms after one of my shows because she told me I found the words that were clawing at her throat. I want to be an example. Evidence. Proof that you can and will make it out. You just have to keep fucking going. Now this next piece is I don't know how I'm going to react, so Popeye, you might get my tears tonight. Who knows?
Yes!
I have a rather estranged relationship with my father. It's not the greatest. Recently, yesterday, my cousin passed away. So, in 2.5 years, I haven't spoken to my father, and he called me. This is that conversation. You called me today. I told you everything that you did to hurt me. I explained every single time that you fell short. The times you left me grasping at straws, constantly falling. I remember thinking this must be what they felt in that movie, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Falling and falling, but never quite reaching the bottom. Or I tell you about the last phone conversation we had, just yelling and screaming. Just thinking of it reminds me of the burn in my throat. It was like the venom on either side of that call was cauterizing my vocal cords. I could feel it seep into my being and begin to seal the festering wounds that you left on my heart. You were supposed to take care of me, of your family. And I'll let you in on a little secret that you may not have known about your new wife. And how at my own aunt's funeral, she guilt-tripped me about our relationship. And I was just beginning to think things were going to get better. You wrapped me in your arms and you cried. And she tells me I need to get over myself and fix this. She wasn't there. She was never fucking there. She didn't watch us struggle. She didn't have to live with the lights cut off or being by the fire because we had no heat. So for her to have any say in what I do disgusts me. And then I tell you about how all I wanted was for you to care, to protect me, to care about your sons. But now we're all just this new level of broken, just trying to piece together some form of normality. How dare you call me? How dare you think that you deserve a spot in my life? Right when I think things are beginning to go my way, why do you feel that you can uproot everything I've worked to cement in place? Why do you think I owe you anything? All of these torturous emotions scratching below the surface, peeling my flesh from my bones, just trying to get out into the world. So I say, fuck it. Let it go to voicemail. So obviously I didn't answer that call. Wasn't quite ready to unpack that. So this is my short piece. It's called Mind of a Poet. I wish you could step into the mind of a poet because you don't even know it, but your mind is a garden, yet you refuse to grow it. You focus on what you think people want to see from you, posting on social media so everyone gets the scenic view. Everything you misconstrue is just aiming to finish you. Expand your horizons. Broaden your mind. Take a second to think and you'll find that you don't want your peace of mind, but your peace of mind. Thank you. My last piece, and I'm going to get out of your hair. Popeye's last few shows has been like, yeah, I thought you were going to do that piece, so I figured I'd break it out. That made me so uncomfortable. This one's also on Facebook. It was my first ever, or not Facebook, YouTube. It's called Future versus Failure, first video I ever put together. Also, give me 1 second, can we give a big round of applause for my twin brother, first ever poetry show? I'm so excited to share this with him. Thank you. And thank you for having him out. Future versus Failure. I was raised through Michael Jackson and Prince blaring on the stereo while we cleaned house on Saturday morning. On Sunday, I go to church where I'm told that every man is created equal and God's children. On Monday, I go to middle school where I learned to crank that Soldier Boy and do the stanky leg. I watch Boys in the Hood, Coach Carter and Friday, watch and remember the Titans with my friends. And then in school I learned about the torturous past of slave owners and what we call colonization instead of genocide. We danced, we clapped, we laughed, but not once did we listen. See, it's no mystery to me that I'm a shade of beige that leaves me privileged. And my people have beaten and stolen everything from every culture. They claim that we live in a melting pot. Yet we're burning our friends and family of color. We are cherry picking from the culture they are creating for themselves. See, I once saw this as coming together, but a new understanding has come to light. Black culture in America was created because we historically ripped them away from their heritage, packed them into a ship like livestock with less rights, and shipped them off to their oppression. And what they're creating for themselves, we are still trying to steal. And pop culture is nothing short of a vulture, picking from the bones that have already been beaten to death. We need to wake up, we need to listen, and we need to learn, and we need to stand behind our brothers and sisters because they've been silenced for too long. And I know myself have been guilty for standing and doing nothing. I will do this no longer. It's not a race war like the media wants you to believe. It's not white versus black. It's right versus wrong. Justice versus injustice. Future against failure. And silence and peace has been the status quo. But when has anything ever in American history been peaceful? Was the Boston Tea Party peaceful? Was the Civil War peaceful? Has anything that has ever induced progress ever been fucking peaceful? So I'll stand behind my brothers and sisters. Where the fuck will you stand?
How you doing? I'm Blackfish. Like the man said, 2 K's, no C, capital F, one word. Yes, sir, ma'am. Every time, and I'm gonna do some poetry for, this is unlike any mic. So we met someone that really knocked you off your feet. So we met someone, and now you know how it feels. Hello and hallelujah. I am Frankie Lionhead. And I only got a girlfriend, so, Frank and I had wives. I'm just saying it's not too late. Alright, so I guess I'm going to get into some poetry. I'm going to do some songs, I'm going to do some poetry. I'm actually very, very nervous. And it's not just because I'm on stage and Victor is still taller than me somehow. But I'm looking to do some new stuff, challenge myself. I feel like I have it. Hey, how you doing, Brady? Wow. So that's what we're doing. But I have to tell you, I have this personal mantra speaking to my life, everyone, earshot of my voice. It is also how you know I'm done with one of my poems. And since I like to end with a bang, I need your help. I say peace, truth, love, light. You come in revolution. Sisters, brothers, others, do not be alarmed when I say revolution. I mean to evolve again, which we must do non-stop and unceasingly. Okay, so peace, truth, love, light. Revolution. Peace, truth, love, light. Revolution. Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. Dead presidents, it's time to even the score. Be gentle, Eleanor, gone in 60 seconds. Straight mafia music, concoctions and toxins causing illusions, delusions of grandeur. Mama birthed me in a manger, Godson, 87. Since 87 been a problem and then some. Standing at attention, the respect my presence commands. Commander-in-chief making terrorist demands. Soldiers in this movement, way more than fans. This is way more than art. Illuminating the dark, but my soul can't be bought. You should apologize for the thought. As a matter of fact, hello, goodbye. Now get the fuck out of my face. Excuse me, I had a moment. With the temper I was born with, black fist or daddy long dick, that was your girl? Notice the past tense. Plant seeds of prosperity. My pen is my plow. You Frank Lucas with a fur coat. You done fucked up now. What involves a sight in the mirror? My time is here, it can't get more hero. You still waiting? Cry me a river so I can turn it into wine. Am I wrong for that last line? But you prefer allegory to intellect. Quit wasting my time. If you're not ready to grind, then find yourself lost somewhere else. What's a game with no breath other than the fight to the death? Fatality, set your heart from your chest. From the place sweepers make a mess. Every day is a test. Get your head popped on from not saying it with your chest. Little nigga. And that's before you left the house. Ever wonder why the clicker is called a mouse? Maybe because we the lab rat. Europeans love quoting the year. Maybe because we the lab rat. Europeans love quoting the year when speaking on racism as if we're past that. Bitch, I got a calendar. And I ain't interested in hearing your perspective of African people in any sense. We can talk about sports or your cottage cheese sandwich. Fuck Marilyn Monroe. Thank God for Dorothy Dandridge.
Yes, sir.
Too radical for you to manage. I bet that's what scares you. Abundantly intelligent with an edge view. Don't push me. Mental orgasms. The album is free. You paying the fuck fee. Prostituting my words. Penetrating verbs. Tantalizing yet evangelizing. Blind, deaf, and dumb and yet still recognizing how my mind be racing. Intellectually exercising. Inadvertently genociding. Killing niggas. Painting pictures. Peep the stroke. Turn this paper into a Jesus note. Holy scriptures. Lord forgive us. We know not what we do. Replace your image with some white boy and now we're convinced that's you. Whitewash. Free thinkers look like dinosaurs. Chris Bosh. Oshkosh. Minority minds. Shorten your attention span. Do it for the vine. Ahead of my time like I'm living every wine. Shafting my craft. Jordan of the draft. You ain't gotta pick me as number one. I'll show you by the time I'm done. A child of the sun. You see my complexion? What a blessing. Though taught it was an infection. But who gets skin cancer? Who are the chosen people? We are. Short answer. Looking for a silence accord that could be an Uncle Luke dancer. I want it all. My cake can eat it too. If not, then what's the point? Let's make it clear. Living in fear is a choice. Being a man is a decision. Make up your mind. Woo! Solving a subject, king of the rug rack, head of the house or the ass crack, hang your head or your nut sacks. Don't argue with beliefs when I state facts. My name is written in the stars. Even the devil can't change that. Devil, let's rearrange that. That's live spelled backwards. Language or unnatural disaster. Speaking with a forked tongue. Black fist and all black. If you knew what I know, you would run. Screaming hell no till I see heaven come. Live for liberation or die for false freedoms. Live for liberation or die for false freedoms. Live for liberation or die for false freedoms. Live for liberation, I hear the war drum. And I know it. It ain't easy. But it's needed. It's time to pledge our allegiance. Yeah, pledge our allegiance. Oh, pledge our allegiance. Yeah, pledge our allegiance. Oh, peace, truth, love, light. I swear to God, I would have waited till y'all to get loud. Hard as I just worked here on y'all. I mean, praise Yahweh. Such a beautiful audience. I'm supposed to do something after this. I don't. Okay, I remember. Y'all walk with me. Y'all walk with me. Look at this nigga in a dashiki dress. I ain't never seen. I love Thomas Hanks. Hey man, as far as I'm concerned, that's my great uncle. Just because I can't call another man daddy. Until me and my daddy have a sit down. Yeah. I love that black trauma. It's so funny. I'm just fucking with you. Don't, you ain't got Alright, like I said. Like I said, I'm nervous and shit. I'm trying everything new. Anyway, peace, truth, love, light.
Revolution!
Heads in the clouds where it's allowed to be. A love others inspire, you inspire me. Love all in and out, beginning talking urgency. Ain't no pretending with your feelings, this is above me. Lay easy and I'm with the heat, but you like Texas Pete. You got the sauce that made me cough, and you're so hot to me. They play Avant, I hit the skip, no separating we. Please understand when I say fly, I can feel the breeze like an eagle. So regal, maybe an owl, the king of nightfall. They say love's for the lovers, ain't no covers displayed publicly. If I make fun, then call them buzz, my boo-boo calling me. If I have to run, then here I come, Jesse Owens Lee. Ain't no fun when she get gone, my nocturnal queen. Yo, infernal, so internal, such a sight to see. There ain't a hurdle we can turtle in the history. I'm done with searches, what's the purpose? This is it for me. Please understand when I say fly, I can feel the breeze like an eagle. So regal, maybe an owl, the king of night. They say love's for the birds, really word, 'cause I have no problem flying above it all. No problem flying above it all, like an eagle. Ooh. Peace, love, light.
Revolution!
So, I fucking tried it. And normally I wouldn't say so strong if I had music, but I was like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I watched the verses. I said, ain't no fucking way Ray J got all the goddamn money. So I said, fuck it. I ain't told nobody that part. I still think it sounded good. Hey, leave your comments in the comments. Peace, truth, love, light.
Revolution!
I was a loner until I met you, and I let you in after all the persuasion, head games, manipulation. That's why I'd rather be a loner. I'd much rather be alone, yeah. I don't even wanna know ya. I don't wanna be known, yeah. I can tell I intimidate you. Black, beautiful, and unashamed. Pastor or leader of a gang. King's English or slang. Words heavier than trains. You feel me like a day in May on planes. So you a capo without a cane. A titty boy without a chain. Basically, you're nothing till you mention my name. But playing on equate to games. Fame is what you're interested in. I'm turning cowards into militant men. Introducing the ignorant to the genius within. Warming the frozen hearts that were covered in tin. My wizardry manifested because I'm genuinely invested in the process. Revolution, evolve again. Revolution, evolve again. Revolution, evolve again. I sometimes get loud with my speech, and that just makes niggas hard to hear. And that's my fault. And I accept that. Never said that I'm perfect, but I bet that every day I'm working towards it. Like a pelican from a hornet, change is inevitable. My poems are prescriptions. My profession is medical, abstract and technical. Whether you like it or not, I'm anointed. A heavenly described that gives a hell of a performance. Adorned since my star was revealed. I'm the red and the blue pill. I'm conscious and ratchet. I play with fire and matches. I'm Superman and the Fantastic. Only the honest can relate. Got a gluttonous ambition, too much on my plate. Drag my name through the mud, quicksand to be your fate. But wait, if y'all come from a black mother, then in a perfect world, every woman is my sister, every man is my brother. But it's a New Jack City, and you a pretty motherfucker. Untouchable till you get touched, celibate till you get fucked. The coolest nigga walking till you see me strut. Now what? Is your excuse for throwing shade on the cloudy day as I sit under a tree? Obviously, I intimidate you. I can tell. 'Cause I was alone until I met you. And I let you in after all the persuasion. Hate games, manipulation. That's why I'd rather be a loner. I much rather be alone, yeah. I don't even wanna know ya. I don't wanna be known, yeah. Peace, truth, love, light. Revolution. Woo! I ain't gonna lie, y'all look like y'all still trying to decide whether I'm good or not. I ain't never been 3 pieces in and motherfuckers been like. Feeling insecure with a Lawrence Warren. I'm struggling is morbid. Thinking of some more shit. A mortgage. An auction. Know that I shouldn't, but I think about it often. Every day getting closer to a coffin. I'm Harvin. Alice Coltrane don't say it, never torture. Marvin the Martian are often. Batman, Superman. Is it really that important? Pain point the power minute, really being stored? Power propaganda world, kindred just in organs. Sometimes I feel the spirit when I'm in the booth recording. Send it to my critics who will know that I'm anointed. Extra burning olive oil, you know that is showing. Plain to warm it up, you ain't worried about it boiling? Look at California, Nevada, Oregon. Hair on legal really poorly. Know what you important, snorting, choose on with deported. When you look at the lens, they're opponent. Bulletproof poignant, don't smoke potent. Age of Aquarius, so you know that I know it. Making middle fingers and both thumbs opponents. Slapping for a poet. Capture your reaction, go to park in the moment. Want that good glove block with everything on it. Royal Yellow Cheese, yeah, they love my shit in London. About to fuck this summer up and they ain't for discussion. Yeah, I'm hanging up, it's all fluffing, they bluffing. I spit the facts, they switching the subject. Give me your reason, the rid of your purpose. Gives me no touching, private or public. Pass me a passport on somebody's husband. Look at them judging. Preheating ovens. Waiting for bacon so they can indulge it. Satisfy gluttonous, really repugnant. Hungry as suspect, sexual substance. Come from a cutlery coven. So watch your back, cause that's what they cutting. Really, who does it like this, I'm above it. I want me ball like what is a budget? Talking my shit, you like it, they love it. Talking about raspberry chocolate chip muffins. Year 222, everyday hustling. I got them puffing, no longer huffing. Touched by this mind, I'm starting to get comfy. I didn't sin for, what would you come for? And if I did, call me Mr. Wonka. My chocolate factory, smoke if I want to. Know what you won't do. Give me a reason to quote you. Wasting the Pro Tools, kicking so old school. Nobody knows you. Oldest your shoulders and Atlas ignores you. I'm hoping I'm over, I really applaud you. History listing me, what does annoy you? Friday 13th, I'm holy, they missing me. Does it annoy you? Friday 13th, enemy, energy, now it's so clear to me. No one finna be. Friday 13th, I'm holy, they fear me. Bow with an enemy, bogus pretend to be something they not. And that's where you missing me. Wizards of ligatry, African Afro, being from Italy. Gotta be kidding me. This is a sentencing, solo soliloquy. What is society? How is it menacing? Speaking of movies influence, Castle Lovecraft, HBO, what you doing? They don't want to see us rise, not even paper viewing. It ain't no surprise, eyes wide, how I'm moving. Seeing your disguise, my pupil is a student. Seeing your tears, and I wouldn't please the students. Common as a common, and I'm constantly grooving. Brightest of the bunch, we all Destiny's children. Brightest of the bunch, we all Destiny's children. Brightest of the bunch, we all Destiny's children. I got them looking, the proofs in the booking. Uppercut hooking, I'm huffing like Gregory Hines. Remember the times, sever the ties. Want my advice, heated some oil and ice. I did not come to play nice. I did not come to play on this shit every day, that ain't with why. Don't ask me questions assuming that I'm hot. Bitch, I might be my likely reply. Hannibal when I spell eye for an eye. But what is the point if they only blind mice? They trying to get me, but I'm Mr. Gotham. Dark side of Gotham. Let's get it poppin'. Ain't doing no counting. Bitch, it's bombs away. Be happy that Pappy chose balls today. Peace, truth, love, light. Revolution!